Hello, I'm Sydney Luciana and welcome to Luciana Vinyasa. Today I'm going to guide you through a quick flow. Just a reminder that I'm simply your guide and everything that I say is just a suggestion. At any point, child's pose is there for you. I hope that you're able to find some peace and relax during today's session. Thank you so much for joining me. Today we begin in a tall seat. Hands are on our knees or thighs. Begin to observe our natural breath. Today I will show you the Completeness Mudra. So that is done by placing one hand on top of the other, connecting the thumbs, and placing our hands at our lower belly. Start by focusing on the sensation of your hands against your lower belly, the sensation of your hands connecting, of your thumbs touching. This is a mudra meant to invoke completeness, wholeness, to remind us that all we need can be found within us. There's nothing more we have to do, nothing more we have to be in order to feel complete. This mudra is here to remind us that all we ever need is already part of us. Bringing your hands together at Angeli Mudra, hands come at heart center, palms touch. Coming to a child's pose. Arms stretch out in front of us, forehead releases. On our inhales, feeling our belly reach closer towards the ground and releasing on our exhales. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders and press up to a tabletop. Stretch your left arm out in front of you. Extend your right foot behind you. Exhale, touch your knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. You can stay here or maybe grab your ankle. Keeping your chest high, hips square. Release that if you have it binded. Come back to a tabletop. Extend your right arm and your left foot out behind you. Inhale while extended. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale. Inhale, option to grab that back ankle, keeping your hips square. Exhale, release. Come back to tabletop. Now we're going to flow through some cat-cows. Inhaling as you look up, dropping your belly. Exhaling, arching your back. Inhale, look up, drop the belly. Exhale, release the head, round the back. Continue at your own pace, beginning to match your movement to your breath, finding your breath in each transition, in each part of the pose. After your last cat pose, come to your forearms, tuck your toes, and come up to a dolphin, gently releasing the head, maybe tiptoeing your feet closer towards your head. Your breath in each pose may be different, but just make sure that it's there. Bring both knees to the mat. Extend both arms out in front of you towards the top of your mat. Send your hips up and then tuck your toes. Rooting down in your forearms, slither forward, bringing your belly to the earth. Slide your hands back underneath your shoulders. On your inhale, lift up your forehead and your chest. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift up your entire upper body off the ground and send your hips back to a child's pose. Right now, when you're all curled up in this little seed, it's the perfect time to set an intention. How do you want to feel by the end of today's practice? Is there anyone you want to dedicate this practice to? And sometimes things don't always go according to plan. I may intend to feel light after a practice, but once I finish, I'm left with feelings of sadness, grief, and that's part of it. Setting an intention, but allowing whatever comes to surface to rise and exit, because the only way out of an emotion is through it. So allow yourself to feel, but don't let that stop you from setting an intention. Maybe the intention today is to accept yourself as you are, to know that you're worthy and deserving of all the amazing things, no matter how you're feeling. Just as emotions suddenly rise, they also will come to pass. Wherever your hands are, bring them back underneath your shoulders and slowly begin to press yourself up to a tall seat. Place your hands on the mat and begin to crawl them out in front of you until you come to a tabletop position. Swing your left leg around and place it next to your left hand. Slowly begin to lift up your right hand to the sky. Gaze is at the fingertips. Exhale, place it back down. Lift up your left hand. Bring that hand back down. Tuck the back toes. Root down firmly into your left foot and step forward to meet your foot in a forward fold. Exhale, release. Release the head. Maybe a weighted bind by interlacing our hands. A slight bend in the knees is always okay. If your knees are bent, stay there, and if not, begin to bend your knees. Place your hands besides either outsides of your feet and step your left leg back so that your right foot is now on the outside of your right hand. Drop the back knee, untuck the back toes, and inhale, lift up your left arm. Gaze is at the fingertips. Exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, lift up your right hand towards the sky. Exhale, release that hand back down. Tuck your back toes, lift the back knee, swing your right foot around to meet your back foot in high plank. Exhale, slowly release both knees, chest and chin lower towards the ground, hips are high. On your inhale, pressing through your hands, send your chest high, untuck your toes, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Release the head. Walk it out. What does this downward dog feel like today? Every day it's going to feel different. On your next inhale, rock forward to plank, left knee to left elbow. Exhale, send it back for three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, foot comes in between your hands as you come to a high plank. Slowly rise, sink deeper, shoulders relax down and away from your ears. Exhale, open it up to warrior two. Gaze is at the middle finger. Reach forward, flip the palm, peaceful warrior. Option to bind, or that back hand can slide down that back thigh. Exhale, side angle. Option to bind here. Gaze towards the sky. Hands plant, framing the front foot. Step it back to plank. Breathing in plank. Sending your hips back for downward facing dog. Inhale, right knee comes to right elbow. Exhale, three-legged dog. Inhale, knee to elbow. Exhale, three-legged dog. Inhale, step that foot between your hands and come up to rise in high lunge. Exhale, turn it out to warrior two. Reach forward, flip the palms, peaceful warrior. Inhaling to lengthen, exhaling, settling into that stretch. Inhaling, exhaling, side angle. Option to bind here. Gazes at the sky. Release that bind. Frame the front foot. Step it back to plank. Release your knees to the ground. Chest and chin to the ground. Hips are high. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. gaze a few inches in front of your fingertips and step both feet up to meet your hands and forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up to standing, palms meet in the sky. Bring it back down to heart center. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank. Inhale here. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, flip the toes, upward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Look forward, step up to meet your hands, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up to standing. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Interlace your hands behind you. Come to a weighted forward fold. Release the bind, hands plant, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward, step or jump back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, flip the toes, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step or jump your hands up to meet your feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Rise up to standing, palms meet in the sky. Inhaling here, option to go for a back bend. Dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Big toes are together, knees are together, or big toes are apart and your knees are apart. Option to lift up the heels, sinking even deeper. Exhale, fold forward. Taking hold of either toe with your index finger, bending at the knees, allowing your belly to rest against your thighs. Release your toe. Inhale, lift up to chair pose. Pelvis tucks. Heels lift. Exhale, fold forward. Slowly rise up to stand, your head being the last thing to arrive. Embrace the feeling underneath this pose, samadhi. Although this may feel like a simple pose, feel gratitude for your body's ability. Bend at the knees. Sit back onto your sit bones. Once you're steady on your sit bones, slowly begin to lift up both feet and your hands into boat pose. Inhaling and exhaling. Release and extend your limbs. Bend both knees. Your fingertips should be touching the back of your heels. Inhale, lift up to bridge. Option to bind it by interlacing your fingers, your shoulders, curling underneath you as support. Keeping your hips high, breathing. Exhale, release. Hug your left knee towards you and drape it over your opposite side of your body. Extending your left arm, gaze is at your left fingertips. Inhale, leg comes back to center. Hug your right leg to you, drape it over your left side. Extend your right arm, gaze at your right fingertips. Bring that leg back to center. Heels connect. Supta Baddha Konasana. One hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. You can begin your Shavasana here, or whenever you're ready, extend both your hands and your legs. Maybe you do a big morning stretch to prepare for the rest. Allow whatever comes to surface to pass. Allow all that you've done for your body during today's practice to settle in. If you're ready to bring today's practice to a close, slowly begin to wiggle your fingers, waking up your body, wiggling your toes, shrugging your shoulders. Give yourself a big hug. And when you're ready, turn onto your favorite side. If you're ready to sit up, you can sit up in a tall seat with me, allowing your body, your breath to adjust to this new change in position. If you liked the Completeness Mudra, you can bring that back, one palm on top of the other, thumbs connect, hands at your lower belly. Trying to accept whatever came of today's practice, whatever did or didn't come to surface, knowing that everything you will ever need is already within you. Taking one last big inhale, sweeping our hands up to the sky, palms meet. And on our exhale, let it all go. Thank you so much for joining me today. The teacher in me sees the teacher in you.